victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future.
Kunis has allegedly moved out of the home she shares with Ashton Kutcher because she is aware of the fact that horrible information about Ashton and Diddy together, as well as video footage of the two of them together, is about to be released.
Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, once hailed as Hollywood's golden couple, have recently found their relationship taking a surprising and tragic turn. What was once a widely adored romance has now faced harsh realities that no one saw coming. Their journey began with a connection that captured the hearts of fans during their time on that 70s show where they portrayed Jackie and Kelso. Audiences loved their on-screen chemistry and secretly hoped that their relationship would extend beyond the fictional world. Their wish came true years later when the two reconnected as adults. Their friendship deepened, blossoming into a real romance that appeared both genuine and grounded. After tying the knot in 2015, Mila and Ashton became one of Hollywood's most beloved couples. They maintained a low profile, raising their two children away from the public eye while gaining admiration for their down-to-earth nature and love for one another. Mila's candid interviews, Ashton's tech ventures, and their philanthropic efforts all contributed to their image as a well-matched, sincere couple. Despite the apparent perfection of their life together, however, cracks were forming behind closed doors. Soon, fans were left stunned as the once idyllic relationship began to unravel, marked by tense dynamics and unexpected revelations. What had appeared to be the perfect Hollywood love story began to crumble, leaving the public questioning what went wrong.
We both did a movie. I did a movie called Friends with Benefits, and he did a movie called No Strings Attached.
Yes.
And if we would have just paid attention to how those movies turned out, we would know that we can't go into a relationship this way.
Yeah.
And yet we did exactly as both those movies foretold. Like, we literally shook hands. We're like, we're gonna have fun because we're both single and young. 3 months later, we're living together. 6 months later, we're like married and have a kid. Like, literally, we clearly didn't watch the end of either one of our movies.
Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher were widely admired for their image as a down-to-earth, relatable couple, carefully crafting their public persona to reflect values that resonated with many. They spoke often about prioritizing family over the pressures of Hollywood. Mila, in particular, made the decision to step away from the spotlight to focus on raising their two children, Wyatt and Dimitri. Ashton, with his entrepreneurial spirit, shifted focus to online investments and co-founded companies like Sound Ventures and A Great Investments. Both embraced a simple, grounded approach to life, valuing what mattered most: family and meaningful pursuits. Their commitment to social good only reinforced their image as a couple devoted to making a positive impact. Ashton became known for his work with Thorn, a nonprofit dedicated to fighting human trafficking, while the pair supported various charitable initiatives together. Their ability to enjoy life without flaunting wealth was seen as admirable by many, and their honest, unpretentious manner made them even more beloved by fans. However, their public image took a major hit when they became embroiled in a controversy surrounding their old That 70s Show co-star, Danny Masterson. During Masterson's trial on multiple charges, both Mila and Ashton publicly supported him, writing character letters for the court. They depicted Masterson as a loyal friend and role model, a move that many found shocking. Given their carefully built image of morality and dependability, their support for someone accused of such serious crimes caused an outpouring of criticism from both fans and critics. Despite their attempts to clarify that the letters were meant to encourage mercy in sentencing rather than undermine the victims, the damage was already done. The backlash was not only emotional but also personal. Mila, reportedly, was taken aback by Ashton's steadfast loyalty to Masterson, especially in the face of intense public criticism. This event exposed cracks in their previously unshakable relationship, both professionally and emotionally. But this controversy was just the beginning. Ashton's ties to other Hollywood scandals soon came to light, further straining their relationship. Among the most troubling revelations were his alleged connections to Sean Diddy Combs and the notorious parties in the Hollywood scene that have long been linked to disturbing rumors. Ashton's vague comments about attending such events only fueled speculation, causing many to question whether his involvement in these parties contradicted the wholesome image he had long cultivated. This discovery led to further strain in their marriage, as Mila was forced to re-evaluate everything she thought she knew about her husband. It was during this time that Mila reportedly found private tapes revealing Ashton's deeper involvement in Sean Combs' lifestyle. These tapes, which contained disturbing and questionable behavior, shattered the trust Mila had placed in him. For her, it wasn't just another scandal, it was a profound betrayal that left her emotionally devastated. The realization that the man she thought she knew was not who she had imagined caused Mila to have an emotional breakdown, and she began questioning their entire relationship. In the face of such a significant betrayal, Mila made the painful decision that she could no longer remain in the marriage. Despite their shared history and the life they had built together, the emotional toll of Ashton's actions proved too much to bear. Mila had always been vocal about her deep love for their children and her commitment to providing them with a safe and nurturing environment. In light of everything that was happening, she now found herself in the difficult position of protecting Wyatt and Dimitri from the fallout of their father's actions. Throughout this emotional turmoil, Mila turned to her family and close friends for support. While she tried her best to maintain a brave face in public, those close to her knew she was struggling with anger, sorrow, and betrayal. She worked tirelessly to ensure her children felt loved and supported despite the turbulence at home. The media, however, was relentless, and tabloids were quick to speculate about the reasons behind the separation. Rumors circulated regularly, adding to the pressure that Mila was under. Despite the chaos, Mila remained focused on shielding her children from the public spectacle. She was determined not to let the divorce impact their childhood, even though the reality of the situation weighed heavily on her. Eventually, Mila and Ashton mutually announced their decision to divorce, ending what had been one of Hollywood's most cherished couples. In their brief statement, they requested privacy for their family, acknowledging the painful decision while emphasizing their shared priority of their children's well-being. The aftermath of the divorce was nothing short of dramatic. Despite the couple's attempt to keep things amicable, reports suggested that there were potential custody battles ahead. Both parents were dedicated to prioritizing the needs of Wyatt and Dimitri, but the financial and emotional implications of the split were significant. The couple's combined wealth and assets had to be divided, which added another layer of complexity to an already difficult situation. As the news spread, fans began to take sides, with many expressing anger and disappointment. Social media responses ranged from disbelief to outright condemnation of Ashton. Many felt that the wholesome image he had built over the years was irreparably shattered. One fan wrote, "I always thought Ashton and Mila were the real deal. This just emphasizes how impossible it is to really know what goes on behind closed doors." Another expressed sympathy for Mila, writing, "Mila deserves so much more. I respect her for putting her kids first, even if it's sad to see her go through this." In the wake of the revelations, Ashton's professional endeavors also came under scrutiny. His philanthropic work, particularly with Thorn, a nonprofit dedicated to combating child trafficking, was questioned. Critics wondered how someone with such ties to scandalous behavior could continue advocating for such a sensitive cause. Even his successful investments in the tech industry, once seen as innovative and impressive, were now being examined in a new light as people reevaluated every aspect of his public persona. For now, Mila is dedicated to providing Wyatt and Dimitri with a stable and loving environment despite the chaos that has surrounded their family. As she navigates this difficult time, she is determined to shield her children from the fallout while also healing herself. While the future remains uncertain for both Mila and Ashton, one thing is clear: their once idyllic life together is now a thing of the past.
Favorite genre of anecdote? If
Oh,
you
really?
have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them.
Numerous loyal fans have voiced their disappointment, criticizing Ashton for failing to live up to the charming and relatable persona he had carefully cultivated over the years on social media platforms like Instagram and Twitter. Hashtags such as #ToneExposed and Stand With Mila began to trend, signaling a wave of support for Mila as she navigated the fallout from this situation. The backlash wasn't limited to his private life. Ashton's professional endeavors were also affected. His philanthropic work with Thorn, a non-profit organization dedicated to fighting child trafficking, came under heavy scrutiny. Critics questioned how someone with such a controversial background could continue to advocate for such a sensitive and critical cause. Even Ashton's once praised investments in the tech industry, which were seen as innovative and forward-thinking, were now being re-examined. Every aspect of his public image was being questioned as the fallout from the scandal deepened. As for what lies ahead for Ashton and Mila, it seems that, with the dust settling, Mila is focused on rebuilding her life and prioritizing her children. Sources close to her report that she is working tirelessly to provide Wyatt and Dimitri with a safe, nurturing environment, doing her best to shield them from the ongoing media frenzy. There are also reports that Mila is exploring new career opportunities, potentially returning to more prominent roles in Hollywood. However, she remains cautious about balancing her professional aspirations with her duties as a mother. In contrast, Ashton faces a much steeper uphill battle. The damage to his reputation has been significant, and many question how he will recover from this public scandal.